Okay. Good evening, class. Welcome to our first asynchronous session for fundamentals of data mining. So for this day, I'll be giving a lecture on the classification of learning using 1R. So the learning resources that I'll be using is from Dr. David Sullivan of Boston University. Once again, I'd like to give credit to him. I applaud his way of explaining classification using classification as technique in data mining. Okay, so let's start. Okay, so just a recall, we've discussed about this one last week. This is about the process of the classification learning as what we have discussed in the previous week. Now, the process of classification involves learning and classifying, okay? And then part of it also is that it takes a set of already classified training examples, and of course, it learns a model that can classify previously unseen examples. So, in the diagram below, we've learned from our previous discussion that input attributes contribute to the creation of the model, and then the model will then create or predict an output based on the decisions that it can make, that it can be generated. So one way of doing classification is the utilization of decision trees. Okay, so part of the classification learning algorithms is that it takes a set of classified training examples, just like what it was mentioned. Okay, this part here. Okay, so the inputs are actually the independent variables, just like what I have mentioned also, and then the diagram in the middle is actually the model. So this one is the training model that was generated based on the given independent variables. And after that one, using this model, you can then create predictions, scientific predictions that will be considered as our output attribute. Okay? So this was already discussed the other day. Okay? Yan yung binigay ko na example. Okay? So right now, so to give you another example, it's actually still part of the classification model, but right now I'll be introducing another algorithm. Okay? So let's deal first with the case study presented, and then later on, as we move on with the problem, you'll get along, or you'll get to know like what will be the model that we will be using for this kind of approach. Okay, so an example problem is credit card promotion. So a credit card company wants to determine which customers should be sent promotional materials for a life insurance offer. So as what we all know, banking and finance, or banks, have these records, or records of their customers, particularly their transaction history, and they will try to create something out of it. It could either be that they will send you emails about updates on their products, their services, and one services or one products that they also offer is of course life insurance. So the company can just send actually all of its customers with the details on life insurance, but it will be more strategic if they will only target a certain demographic, because as what we all know, not everyone will avail with that product. Okay, so to address that one, they will try to do data mining, and then with the records that they have in their database, they will be able to predict whether this customer will likely to get a life insurance or not. Okay, so age, gender, and income range will be considered as our input variables, and after that one, a model, which is the 1R, will be created. And of course, there will only be two options, diba? Just like what I mentioned in our previous discussion, when we do classification technique in data mining, there should only be two possible output. It could either be a yes or no, a 1 1 0, or any other output that will likely lead to a certain output. So either yes or no, true or false, 1 or 0. Okay, yan yung pagbabasehan natin. Now, for this example, we are provided with a training examples. So again, the training examples will serve as the basis for our model. And as what you can see, our model here has already created a prediction based on the given independent variables. So we have age, we have gender, we also have income range, and then the credit card insurance. So age, obviously, is of course kung ilan na yung edad ng customer. Their gender is your biological preference. Could either be male and female. So yan lang yung dalawang option pag banking and finance. And then the income range talks about like how much do you earn in a given period of time. Let's say for example in a month. So the company will also classify you as to which range do you belong. So you could either be a 50 to 60K earner. You could either be a 40 to 50, 30 to 40. So a range will be used to categorize customers on that variable. Now, you also have it here, credit card insurance. So the credit card insurance is actually used for or given to customers who use credit card as their means of payment. So when you do transactions through credit card with your insurance, so I don't know like what bank is this one, but based on my knowledge, when you say credit card insurance, like for example, you've lost your credit card or there are some transactions or there are some payments that you cannot deal with, so the insurance will take care of that one. But right now we don't have any specific example man, so let's just stick to that one. Okay, and then on the last column you have it here, output attribute. So this one is the prediction of the model, whether it be it will get or it will get a promotional it could either be an infographic or an email campaign from the company, whether it be it's a yes or no. So ayan, so 15 training examples. Okay, so this will be the basis of our the basis for the creation of our model for today. Okay, so our model is actually our algorithm actually creates a model based on the developed algorithm or developed algorithm of R.H. Holt. Okay, so yung kanyang algorithm is that it states that when you say 1R, it's actually one rule. Okay, R because the algorithm learns a set of rules. The second one then is that 1 because the rules are based only on one input variable. Okay, in our previous example with the decision trees, we've had there na one particular criteria or one particular argument can generate, diba, succeeding roots and nodes that will make it quite complicated. But with 1R, you only have one rule to follow based on one input variable. So in the decision trees na we've used in the previous discussion, we've used a lot like age, gender, income rating, di ba? Marami yung pinababase natin. But with 1R, for example, age can solely be a factor for a prediction or for a scientific prediction. So the basic idea here is that you determine a separate set of rules for each input attribute. So for example, you have age, gender, income range, okay, and then credit insurance. So you can generate actually 4 rules for that one. So 1 for age, 1 for gender, and then 1 for income range, and then as well as 1 for credit card insurance. So isa-isa sila. Okay? Now let's go to how do we apply 1R algorithm as part of the classification technique. Okay? So again, each attribute will be used as a rule in this kind of algorithm. Okay. You have actually one, diba? Ito. It doesn't work. Okay. You also have it here, the 38, the 55, the 41, the 43, the 39, and then 19. Okay? So you have it here. So because yes is the class of the majority, 6 out of 7 of the examples where in which gender is female. Okay? Then in the second one, you have it here. You have 5 out of 8. Okay? So 5 out of 8, yung answer nila is no. Okay? Ayan. Because no is the class of the majority, 5 out of 8 of the examples in which the gender is is male. Now, if we will put that one into numbers, you have it here. For the female, you have 6 out of 7. And on male, you have 5 out of 8. Okay? So we are just getting the majority by we're just getting the majority. So 6 plus 5 is actually 11, and then the total score is 15. So 11 divided by 15, that's 73% of accuracy that we are talking about. Okay? So with this rule, like if the rules, or if we will try to predict our what do you call this one? If we will try to predict our unseen data using gender, there's a 73% chance na you will likely to generate a correct prediction. Okay, that's 73%. Now let's go to the second one. This one is applying for this one is based on credit card insurance. So you have it here. So out of those who said yes, 3 out of 3 of them, okay, 3 out of 3, that's already 3 out of 3 answered yes, or they will get a promotion base. If they got a credit card insurance, then that's the time they'll also get a promotion, life insurance promotion. Now for those no, you have it here, diba? So out of 12, you only got 6. Like those who have credit card insurance, those who don't have credit card insurance, most likely they will not receive a life insurance promotion. So 3 plus 6, that's 9, and then overall 50. So 9 over 50, or 9 divided by 15, is a 60% accuracy rate for this kind of rule. Okay, so that would mean that if you will test your unseen data and then you will use credit card insurance, then most likely 60% of the prediction will be correct. Okay, next, you have it here, your for income range. Now for income range, there are a lot of values involved, or there are a lot of range. So based on the 15 training sets, you can generate actually four range. Okay, the range of 20 to 30K, the range for 30 to 40K, the range for 40 to 50K, and the range for 50 to 60K. So for the 20 to 30K, you only have you have 2. Okay, you have 2 customers who is in this range who answered no. Okay, it would mean the majority on this range answered no. Okay, for 30 to 40K, okay, you have it here. So you based on the training sets, you got 5, but majority of that 5 on this particular range answered yes. So 4. Okay, now for this range na 40 to 50K, you got 4 persons, and then majority, or 3 out of 4 of them, answered no. Okay, like they will not receive a life insurance promotion. Now let's go to the last one, which is the 50 to 60 range. Okay, you have it here. So 2 out of 2 answered yes, like they will receive life, or they receive life insurance promotion. So it would mean na, again, the numbers on the right side of this column are the number of people who belongs to this range. Okay, if you will try to add 4 plus 5 plus 4 plus 2, that's 15. Am I right? So 2 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2, that's 11. 11 over 15 is 73% accurate. Okay, so if you will use this 1R algorithm based on credit card promotion, most likely, like, you have 73% of chance na your scientific prediction is good. Okay, so I'd like to apologize for the sounds created by our dogs in our area. So pasensya kayo. Okay, so the question now is that, sir, what will happen for the age? Okay, because the age, you can either have it like, you can have it in range, but with this kind of algorithm, meron siyang explanation, or meron siyang preference. Okay, so we will follow that criteria na iyang naset, kumbaga. So accordingly, to handle down numeric attributes, we need to discretize the range, okay, of possible values into sub-ranges called bins or buckets. One approach is that we are to sort the training instances by age, okay? And then find the most accurate binary two-way to split. So when you say binary two-way, it could either be like it will the numeric sets will be divided into two parts, okay? In statistics, you have that one as upper or lower bound, okay? But with this kind of algorithm, yung gagawin natin is that we'll have the age arranged in ascending order, so from lowest to highest, and then that's the time that yun, we can do a two-way split or a binary split with this one. So after doing that one, diba, if you can notice it here, this is the sort or the sort output when you will have the age arranged from ascending order. So 19, if the age is 19, then it will answer yes, okay? You also have 27, 29, 35, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, and then look at this one. So there are those who are under the age of 43 who answered yes. You also have here those who answered no, okay, 'di ba? Tatlong 43, tapos you also have here 45, isa lang siya, pero si 55 is dalawa, 'di ba? You have it here 55, dalawang no. So ayan. Now, how do we handle them? Again, you arrange them and then we try to do a binary split on them. When you do binary split, you need to make sure that you get the majority, okay? So on this slide, in the next slide, there will be a presentation how a split will be done or can be done, okay? So this one is a corresponding binary split, okay? So merong dalawang pagpipilian. You could either have the first kind and then the second one dayon is another option, okay? For this part here is that it base the like it really created a two-way split based on the number of instances, okay? So if you'll try to count, you have it here 19 to 39, that's 1 2 3 4 5 6. For 40 to 55, di ba? 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 55. Am I right? So you also have 6. If you will try to count the number of possible input without including those duplicate inputs. So you have 6, kumbaga. Now, in this kind of split is that you are trying to consider the number of values that is not repeated. So you have 19 to 38, nothing is repeated. If you go to 40 to 55, if you will try to count the unique values, you have 40, 41, 42, 43, 45, and you also have 55. Okay, so anim. So if you will try to look this one, you have 6 values on this one, unique values. You also have 6 unique values for this one. Okay. Now, if you will try to have this one in a corresponding logical comparison, we can have a certain rule like ages or customers whose age is less than 39 will likely to answer yes, or will likely get a promotion, insurance promotion, okay? And those who are greater than 39 most likely is walang matatanggap na promotion. Okay? That's 5 out of 9. Now 9 plus 6, that's 15. 5 plus 5 is 10. So 10 divided by 15, the answer to that one times 100 is 67%. Now, if you will try to do this kind of split, or if you will try to follow this rule, one rule generated by the split, then we can say na 67% of the generated answer, if it's based on the age, and then we'll have this kind of split, it will be 67%. Okay? Now, let's go to the second one. The following is one of the splits with the best overall accuracy. So, if you will try to ask me, sir, how did it happen man? So, anong ginawa nila for this split? If you will try to have this one, di ba? If you notice, from 19 to 43, this one, di ba? From 19 to 43, that can be a major number. Okay? So, you have it here. So, 19, if you notice, most of this, or within this range, okay, like from 19 to 43, majority of them answered yes, di ba? And then after that one, if you notice, ito yung triggering point talaga ng pag binary split. The range from 45 to 55 answered 3 out of 3. Okay? So, when you do split like this one, like for example, you will have 19 to 43, okay? You need to make sure na you can get the majority. So, for example, if you will split this one and then the answer will still be an in-between, like for example, magduwa-duwa, pagyapon siya nga ma-split siya. Like for example, after doing the split, it's only, so nagali, ito na to, mga 4 or 5. So, it will not do justice. Kaya nga naman, you got 12 sets, but then you only got majority of 5, di ba? So that will be dili siya balanced na split. So but luckily with this kind of data, we can have nga this split really is a good one because out of 12 you got 9 majority, okay? And of course, the second split po niya, she did really got the total, like the total majority, which is 3. So if you will try to compute for its accuracy, like it's 9 plus 3, that's 12, divided by 15, that's 80% accuracy. So most likely, if we will try to do this split, and then we'll have another set of unseen sets, kumbaga yung testing sets natin, we can have this one na if we will try to base it on the number or the age, or the numeric attribute age, most likely, yung prediction natin will be 80%. Okay? Okay, so for the summary of results, you have it here actually, apat yung, you have here 4 results or 4 rules generated coming from the training sets. You have a rule that uses gender as the basis. You also have the credit card insurance. You have the income range, and the last one is the age. So if you will try to look at this one, okay, because the rules based on age have the highest overall accuracy on training set, 1R then selects this as model. Okay? Like, isa yung preferred na model. If you might be wondering, sir, since this one is the preferred, will the other rules be disregarded? No. Okay? So there will be some implementation wherein this particular, what do you call this one, this part, yung model lang na ma-generate niya is that it will always look first or prioritize to look into the age, okay? And then that's the time he or she can get the prediction, okay? Nonetheless, if you will try to make it as complex as possible, then I think income range will be considered. Same goes with the credit card insurance and then the gender. Remember, in data mining, the closest to 100 will be the preferred model or algorithm whenever it creates a scientific prediction. Those who have less might be considered on the next implementation, but most likely those model with 100, closest to 100% will be the one that will be preferred. Okay? So that's it for the classification learning model natin for data mining. This one is 1R, based on 1R rules or 1 rules, kumbaga. If you have questions, you can comment it down below, and then I'll try to answer it when we do the face-to-face. Okay? Thank you so much for joining me today.